Hi everyone, welcome back to Coronal Blossom, Volume 2, Episode 2. So right now, we're still in the middle of the kidnapping phase of the story. So Arne being kidnapped and locked up in some vial, ready to be sold off as precious metal. So Volume 2 starts off by picking up where Volume 1 left off. And the way that Lily approached at kidnapping Arne is kind of similar to what happened in The Rescuers Down Under. And that was a Disney film from the 1990s. So if you remember that film, the boy Cody is trying to protect the eagle from being captured by McLeach, a known poacher. And McLeach actually tricked Cody to locating where the nest is. And when the eagle was about to be captured by the net, Cody jumped in and he got captured as well. And that's what happened to Shino and Keiji. So they were trying to protect Arne, but then Lily unleashes a net and it catches all three of them. So right now, this is supposed to be a completed mission, but thanks to Shino, Lily's starting to hesitate. So Shino's trying to convince Lily that Arne's not just precious metal, because she has a heart, a mind of her own, and a soul, and is basically a living thing. And now Lily's starting to hesitate. And all that bought enough time for Kumiko, who is now awake from the potion, and now Kumiko has snuck into the spaceship without Lily and Yunie noticing. So before I start, I just want to let you know that I actually skipped a pretty lewd portion of this visual novel. So if you remember at the end of episode 1, Keiji was trying to catch Lily off guard, and by doing so he ran into Lily, and during the entire sequence Lily was complaining about, well, get this brute off of me, and she was screaming, and the underlings, they're tired of Lily ordering them to do stuff, so the underling robots are like, well, this is how much we're paid, so this is all we're going to do. And well, at least it allows Shino to possess one of their high-tech plasma guns, and it allowed Kumiko to break into the main control room with a Vorx machine. And of course, both Shino and Kumiko are upset at Keiji being too close to Lily all over her. And it's kind of like, well, us two, we've been with you much longer than Lily, and we've given you all the love and affection, and you go for some random space pirate, and that's not fair. And it kind of feels like they want to attack Keiji for it. So, back to the story. So, Kumiko did unleash high pressure water all over the control room, and because it got out of control, it looks like Yunie's going to use some threats to get them, or their attention. So she's going to go ahead and execute the plan to kill Arne and cut her up into pieces that are suitable to be sold for money. So let's see how it goes from here. So the shout immediately draws everyone's attention. And it came from Yunie, who rarely seems to let her anger show. Her fingers poised on the switch for the metal processor. Wait, so the water finally stopped. So Lily's happy, like, well, at least I'm saved.
が室内を水浸しにするのは許せません。機械が壊れたらどうするんですか？
Well, I'm sure it might be a benefit for Keiji, Shino, and Kumiko that this spaceship breaks down from short circuit. And I think Lily's mad because Yunie exposed one of the weaknesses.
ということは、これ以上水をまかれたらそっちも困るってことだ。
久美子ちゃん？巻けばいいでしょう。その時はこのボタンを押すだけです。
Well, go ahead. So I'm gonna push the button and let this cutter activate before you can break it down with water. Damn it. Hey, stop, Kumiko. So they've got Arne as their hostage, and if she presses the button, then Arne will melt. So, Yume, you want to stop this madness at once too, don't you? Well, even now, I bet you really are having to hold yourself back from cleaning up all this water and keeping your machines from breaking down. Yes? Well, you heard her, Captain, so let's call a truce. Well, I'm sure Lily won't give up that easily. It's like, well, Arne's worth a lot of money, and I really want that money now. Well, this is bad. I'm really losing my grip on reality. Okay, so what's your next move?
設備は惜しいです。ですが、エンジンさえ、ミニオンさえ無事なら何とでもなります。
Wait, so don't press it. So, no matter what you do, things will be damaged, but at least this cutter is going to still work.
海賊として、シャモニ一家がこれ以上舐められるわけにはいきません。
And she firmly presses the button. Wait, stop!
やめろ!
So just before the switch can engage, another voice synchronizes with mine. So I wonder what's happening. And at the very same moment, and that voice came from none other than their boss. So what happened?
リリー様、いいからやめろ。
So everyone in the room looks at each other, utterly bewildered. So I think all the water that Kumiko sprayed in the control room earlier, before Yunie threatened them, it started to cause damage to the equipment. So either way, Kumiko has already won. And I'm sat facing the pirate captain as her underlings clean the inside of the spaceship. And that's why I like to ask.
ごめん、ケイ君、なんて？ドライヤーの音で聞こえなかった。こちらもです、リリ様。何かおっしゃいましたか？愚痴以外で。愚痴だよ、愚痴。ほら、いいから早く続きをしてくれ。
So I wonder what Lily has in mind now that she has called off the... I don't know how to say it, but like, selling Arne. Oh yeah, it wasn't anything important. So we both bat away their comments as they continue drying our hair. and having stopped her subordinate from melting Arne down, the captain agreed to my proposed truce. And since it would be awkward to talk it out with both of us soaking wet, we decided to dry off our hair first at least.
っていうか、船長の猫耳ちゃんはわかるけどさ、なんで刑事までシノさんに髪乾かしてもらってんの？自分でやりなよ。
Well, I'm having enough trouble as it is drying my clothes. Well, thanks for that, by the way. And I hold the dryer to my clothes as I speak. Oh, so my wrists hurt. They were tied up tight a few minutes ago.
いやー、あれはさ、ほら、発情した犬に水をぶっかけるじゃない？ああいうノリでつい。
So Kumiko's jealous that Shino's giving Keiji the special treatment. But then Keiji's like, well, it's your fault, Kumiko, so you caused all this mess. I see, so in your eyes, I'm just a dog in heat.
発言にトゲがあるな。仕方ないけど。わかってるって、誤解だったのはわかったから。
まったくです。早とちりにも程があります。こんなに船内を水浸しにして。幸い主要部は無事でしたからよかったものの。
アルネ誘拐した人たちまでなんで私を。
So it's kind of weird to hear this from our opponents.
我々は海賊ですので、仕事にケチをつけられても困ります。
そこまでまっすぐ言われると、いっそすがすがしいよ。はい、乾かし終わったよ、ケイ君。ドライヤーありがとね、プブンちゃん。
Okay, so you're all good to go, Kei-kun.
どういたまして。
No problem. Thanks, Shino. It looks like my clothes are just about done. Well, a guy's t-shirt is usually good to go after wringing it out and giving it a couple of good snaps. And though I suppose I have to put up with wet pants for a while, I tried to dry them off with the hair dryer, but still. So after regaining my composure, I turned to the captain, who also has finished getting the water out of her hair. Okay, so can we get back to what we're talking about?
待たせたな。どうにも濡れたまんまってのは気持ち悪くてさ。リリ様は頻繁に飲み物を機械にこぼすくせに、自分が水に濡れるのを何よりも嫌いますからね。
Okay.
もう余計なことは言わなくていい。
Hey, so don't point out my flaws.
もうそんな警戒心たっぷりの顔で見んじゃないよ。もうその気がない証拠に金属娘は解放しただろ。
So what else do you want? So I spared Arne. Yeah, I guess you're right. And turning around, I see Arne hiding behind my back with Shino's arms around her shoulders. So why the sudden change of heart?
単純な話だよ。その子がアルネがうちの姉貴に似てたからだ。
Okay, so looks like Shino's words about Arne being more than just metal, it paid off. And if you remember from the last episode, when Lily took a closer look at Arne, she noticed that Arne's ears look like someone from her clan or her family. And it's like, so Lily did call Arne Lala, and it got the attention of everyone on the spaceship, especially the underlings.
それがさっき名前の出てたララちゃん？
There you go.
私の姉貴だよ。
So Lala's my sister. Well, are you sure it's not just a coincidence that Arne looks like her?
どういう意味だよ。私が姉貴を見間違えるとでも言いたいのか？
Well, I'm sure Keiji means that, well, there might be other people with the same cat ears, or other creatures with the same cat ears that Lala has. So she might not be your older sister. No, that's not what I meant. So I just don't think that you look that much alike. Well, for sisters at least.
ケイジ、あんまりジロジロと人のおっぱい見るもんじゃないよ。
Hey, so you're looking in the wrong place. Wait, no one said I was anything about boobs.
ケイ君、男の子として気になるとしてもダメだよ。
I think Shino and Kumiko are still upset about Keiji running into Lily. So now you're telling me what to do, Shino?
私も父が全然なかったからみじんも姉貴だとわからなかった。
So are you sure you're her sister?
我らは胸の大きさが一つの社会的ステータスであり、その中でもとりわけララ様は爆乳、いえ超爆乳で有名でしたから。
Wait. So, is it really that big? And it kind of gets Keiji turned on. So it's like, I wonder what Lala really looks like. And I wonder how Lala will compare to Shino. So basically, Arne with big tits is the captain's older sister. And he starts to wonder, okay, so what does Lala look like using Arne as a example? Wait, I can't imagine it. Well, seriously, Arne with super giant tits. And you can see Kumiko and Shino once again being upset over Keiji.
ケイ君、今リアルに想像したよね。私わかるんだよ。
Or more like they're jealous. Wait, Shino, whoa, don't look at me like that. You're killing me.
まあ確かにアルネンのおっぱいが超爆乳になってるところなんて想像できないよ。
Hey, don't you go agreeing with me so casually. How am I supposed to react to this?
だがそれが私の姉貴だ。
Well, anyways, that's what my sister looks like. No, I really think there must be some misunderstanding.
ああ、さっきからごちゃごちゃうっせえな。私が姉貴の耳を見間違えると思ってんのか？
Well, what about the ears?
そうです。夜に寝ているララ様からこっそり耳型を取って自作のつけ耳を作って夜な夜な眺めたりつけてなりきっていたリリ様が見まごうはずもありません。
So basically, Lily's like, well, I really love my sister, so I tried to make replicas of her ears.
必要か？なあ、その情報今必要だったか？
So basically, Lily knows exactly what Lala's ears look like.
お姉ちゃん好きだったんだね。
誰があんなバカ姉貴？ふざけんじゃねえよ。
うんうん、そっかそっか。そのお姉ちゃんに似てるからアルネちゃんを解放したんだよね。
違う、誰が？いや違わねえけど違うかな？なんだよユニ、言いたいことがあんなら言えよ。言わずとも一番ご自身が理解なさっているかと思いましたが、傷口に塩を塗り込まねば満足できませんか？ド M ですか？転職していいですか？ユニー！リリー。何さ？あるね、一緒なの？リリーのお姉ちゃんのララと。はあ、一緒なわけねえだろうが。姉貴は姉貴、あんたはあんた。ただ耳が似てるってだけ。
So, just to clarify.
そう。びっくりするほど似てんだよ。
So, you look like Lala, you are not Lala. And that's why you stopped.
ララ・ルサルカ・シャモーニ。本当ならこのフェリダイの船長になっていた女だ。
So I wonder what happened to Lala. So wait, so Philaday.
この船の名前です。フェリダイ・シャモーニ。代々シャモーニ一家の筆頭が受け継いでいる船です。
So it's one of the heirlooms of the Shamony clan.
船長になっていたということは、ララさんはもう？
ああ、姉貴はもういない。
So unfortunately, Lala passed away.
そうなんだ。ごめん、なんか変なこと聞いて。
And that's why the ears have sentimental value, or it really touches Lily's heart.
いいんだ、あんな偏屈女。
Oh well, that's past.
リリー、姉も偏屈なら妹も偏屈。下の三姉妹の方たちは素直なのに、どうしてこんなことに。いや、上二人が偏屈だからいい反面教師に。なるほど。
Okay, it's like, well, you do have one thing in common with Lala, Lily. So you both are crazy, you both are prone to outbursts, versus the three younger sisters who are all calm, gentle, and...
おい、勝手な自己完結してるとこすまねえが、そのダニューもぎ取っていいか？大好きなお姉ちゃんに憧れるのはわかりますが、私のをもぎ取って足してもララ様には到底かないませんよ。
And I wish you'd be more gentle and calm like your younger sisters.
うせえ、誰があんな家出娘に憧れてるってんだ。いい加減にしろよ。
家出？え？今家出って言った？
Wait,
お姉ちゃん家出したの？
so Lala ran away from home?
ああ、さっき言っただろ。もういないって。
Okay.
ああ、いないってもしかして実家にってこと？
当たり前だろうが、海賊はみんな独り立ちするまで同じ家で生活するって決まってんだよ。
So she's probably out there hunting for treasure as well. And we're all on our own.
ああ、そうなんだ。私てっきりララさんもう亡くなったのかと。
それこそありえねえってんだ。あのクソ姉貴はパンイチで未開の惑星に放り出しても死にゃしねえよ。絶対あの手この手で生き残る。絶対だ。
But then again, Lily makes it sound like that's how it happened. And she isn't giving enough clues for anyone to figure it out.
お姉ちゃんのこと本当に好きなんだね。
誰が？あいつは海賊家業を継ぐのが嫌で宇宙規模で家出をしやがったバカだぞ。せっかくあの大宇宙海賊にアゴヤコーチ2世の後継者とまで言われてたのによ。
Okay.
それが海賊家業は継ぎたくないとかなんとか言って出てったきり何年も戻ってこねえし。なのにこの船だけうちに戻してきてさ、超楽しんでるから心配しないでとか笑顔で写ったポストカードをブリッジに残してたんだぞ。この机だよ、この机。
なんかいろいろと豪快なお姉ちゃんね。ああ、それでリリはお姉ちゃんを探してここまで来たの？
Really?
ちげえよ、純粋に家業のためだよ。そりゃ確かに戻ってきたフェリダイの構成記録にゃ辺境の惑星を転々としてたって記録もあったけどよ。
Well, I'm pretty sure once the SS Philaday returns to the Shamony clan, it stops keeping track of all the planets and places that Lala has visited.
だからって宇宙ナビにも記されてない片田舎までわざわざ来ねえよ。純粋に家業目的だからな、海賊家業。
Well, just to reiterate, so I'm only here for business, so I was here to take Arne for treasure.
そっか。うん。だいたい事情は分かったよ。
だからその顔やめろってんだろ、牛父。牛？
Hey, so leaving that aside. So Shino, I personally think that these jugs is the best compliment you'll ever get. So you have a nice body, and so Shino has a bigger bust than Lily. Really? But then she was like, well, you know, I'm overweight, so no need to worry.
わかった。ケイ君の言う通りかもね。牛のお乳みたいに飲めば栄養たっぷりってことだよね。
Yeah, that they do. And just as I reached my wit's end, the double meaning in what Shino says finally dawns on her.
忘れてください。
Okay.
何ですかこれ。クレイジー円盤焼きさん、いつもこんなの見せられているんですか？
いつものことだよ。って待って、今のクレイジーなんとかって私のことねえ。
寸劇が終わったのなら話を戻してよろしいでしょうか。
Okay, so what's the main point that they want to talk about? Wait, skit? So, well, I guess that's what it must have looked like. Okay, so it's safe to assume that you came here in search of your sister.
あくまでついでだついで。本当についでだからな。
And the more Lily tries to cover it up, the more it sounds like that was what Lily was here to do.
惜しいリリ様。こういうのはたとえ本当のことだろうと念を押せば押すほど嘘っぽくなります。さすが生まれながらのマゾ体質。茨の道が大好きですね。
There you go.
ほんと一回耳にこんにゃく詰めるぞってね。
先ほどお話しした通り、そちらの金属生命体は降り立った星で一番幅を利かせている生物に変態します。
Okay. Okay, so we're back on topic, and I guess she really didn't want to get, let's see, konjac stuff in her ears.
最初に触れた該当生物の姿を真似ているはずなのです。
Okay. And that means...
アルネは姉貴の姿を模している。つまり姉貴がこの星にいるってことだ。
So basically, Arne copied my sister's appearance. So that's why Lily was able to identify the ears. And I'm pretty sure it does not mean that Lala's somewhere on Earth. So Arne probably copied the appearance on another planet before she crash landed on Earth. But I'm the first one she touched, not Lala. Right, Arne?
わかんない。特覚えてない。でも、あの場所には刑事しかいなかった。
So I'm sure that Arne did meet Lala somewhere on a different planet, but because of the heat that happened, so all the fire from unused chemicals and oil in the storehouse, Arne was trying to protect herself from the heat, and she inadvertently lost her memory.
私たちもそれっぽい人は見なかったけどな。じゃあなんでてめえの姿じゃなくて姉貴にそっくりなんだよ。しかもちょっと子供っぽいし、てめえの趣味か。
So the question would be, how did Arne gain that kind of fetish? So why would she want cat ears?
ケイ君、やっぱりそうなの？
Wait, so why is that the first thing everyone thinks of? Well, I told you Shino, so it's not. And besides, I never met your sister. Wait, well, maybe I have. So, I'm not sure if Arnie's going to be able to regain her memory of what she did before the incident, because that would be key to knowing if Arnie did meet Lala or not, and where Lala might be.
おい、そりゃどういうことだ？あんた、やっぱりお姉ちゃんに会ったのか？
Well, I'm not sure, but... And unconsciously, my gaze drifts towards my watch.
もしかして、例の腕時計のお姉さん？
Wait, so is it the girl who gave you the watch?
腕時計？おい、どういうことだ？さっさと喋れ！
リリー様、落ち着いてください。海賊がそんなにがっついてるとララ様に笑われますよ。いかなる時も優雅に。
作法を忘れず、我々の礼儀にのっとって喜びを分かちたまえ。だろ？覚えてるよ。海賊の礼儀は姉貴の口癖だったしな。で、どういうことだよ。説明してもらおうか。
Alright. Okay, so I try to recall everything I can about the girl and tell the pirates what I remember.
話は分かった。で、耳は？いや、耳の見分けがつかないなら、顔はどうだったんだよ。
So, do you recognize her ears? Because that's the telltale sign of whether or not this person is Lala. And it's obvious. Well, I told you, I can't remember her face at all.
たく、たかだか十数年前のことだろ。物覚えの悪いガキだな。
Well, I'm sure for a typical human, 10 years is a very long time. Okay, so I was just a little kid, and she was only around for a couple months at most. And for some reason, when I looked at Arne, I kind of get the feeling that she looks like that girl.
本当か？
Well, I said kind of. I dream about her sometimes, but when I wake up, I don't really remember anything, and all that remains is the impression that they look similar.
なんだそりゃ。当てになんねえな。
それでその人に関するものは別れ際にもらったというその腕時計だけですか？
So the only memento you have is that watch.
つってもよ。これ、この星のやつだろ？姉貴も記念だってなら、わざわざこの星のものを渡すか？
So I wonder if the watch has special powers that Keiji has not unlocked yet.
ですね。ですが、だからこそということもありえます。
Wait, so what do you mean?
刑事様、その腕時計分解させていただいてもよろしいですか？
Okay, so let's look inside. Wait, why?
大事なものだということは重々理解しております。ですが、思い出の女性がララ様かどうか、これでわかるかもしれません。
ケイ君。
いかがでしょうか？
So I grasp the watch tightly in my right hand, and then suddenly another hand is laid on top of mine.
ケイ君、お願いしよう。
Okay, so let's have them help us. But Shino,
不安なのはわかる。でも、ケイ君、いつも気にしてたじゃない。
so I wonder if Keiji's worried that they're going to take the watch and destroy it. And it's like, well, if they destroy this watch, it's like my child memories being destroyed.
わかるよ。言葉にはしなかったけど、その時計を見る時の顔を見たらわかるよ。
But then again, if we do have them help us, then maybe it'll solve all the mysteries that all of us have. So who's this Lala person, and if Keiji met her?
ケイ君、このチャンスを逃したら もうあのお姉さんのことはわからないかもしれないんだよ。
That's true.
それに私もお姉さんのこと気になるし。
And even I'm interested in knowing who this person is. Shino-san. And I feel like she's making up reasons now in an attempt to lighten my mood. Okay, so I'll give up my watch.
そうですか。助かります。
Okay, so one condition. Can disassemble it myself. So this is very important to me. So Yunie-san?
いえ。ええ、もちろんです。
Okay. So seeing her smile so gently all of a sudden takes my breath away. And I start taking the watch apart, and then with everyone's eyes on me the whole time. So let's see what's inside the watch. And while I don't have all my tools, I make do with similar ones from the pirates and finish my work with Arne's help.
見つけましたね。
Okay, so what's inside? And peering through her monocle, she spots a tiny stone at the end of her tweezers and knots. So it's about the size of a grain of rice, and it's embedded deep in one of the components. Wait, so is that thing some kind of clue? It just looks like a decoration to me.
きっと何かしらのデータですね。中身はわかりませんが、ララ様の生体サインが含まれています。
So, genetic signature?
その人にしか書けない DNA データの含まれたサインといったところでしょうか。
じゃあやっぱり姉貴は昔ここに来たってことか。
ええ、その可能性は高いと思われます。転写ではなく直筆ですし。
Okay, so this is genuine. So the girl I met is the sister Lily's been searching for.
そっかそっか。姉ちゃんここに来てたのか。そっか。よかったね。お姉ちゃんにつながる手がかりが見つかって。うん。いや違う。そんなの全然よくねえし。っていうか姉貴もういねえし。残したこれもただのガラクタか何かだろ。
Okay, that's obviously a cover-up. So Lily does miss her sister, and she's just embarrassed.
そうとは言い切れません。中身を見ないことにはわかりませんが、これは紛れもなく意図的に作成されたデータです。
So there might be some more information on there that we could use to help find Lala.
これはビーコンとなるように作られています。
Beacon? So what do you mean exactly?
ええ、これを目印にララ様はここに戻ってくる意志があったのだと思われます。そしてアルネもあなたではなくこの生体データに反応して今の姿になった。
Okay, so Arne picked up on this DNA data, and that's why she transformed into something that looks like Lala.
だから姉貴と同じ耳だったのか。胸はねえけど。
And it's probably partial.
だからララ様の生き写しのような姿だったのですね。胸以外は。
And those cat ear people really seem to have an obsession with tits. Well, I think it's just Lily because she's jealous that, well, my sister looks hotter and prettier than me. Well, basically,
ええ、あなたのロリコン容疑は無事に晴れました。冤罪です。
hey, well, that's the first I've heard of that accusation. And wait, so that's not the issue here. So that girl is the alien?
私らからしたらあんたたちこそ宇宙人だけどな。
Well, the same is true the other way around, so it's like, well, we're cat creatures and we see you as aliens. I guess so.
そっか。姉貴 しに来てたんだな。たく、こんな偏僻な星まで来やがってそりゃ探しても見つかんねえよ。たくよ。なんか嬉しそうじゃん。うっせえ。で、これから海賊さんはどうすんの？
Okay, so what's your next step then?
こちとら天下のニャゴヤコーチ2世直系のシャモニ一家だ。このデータはいただくぜ。
Okay, so we're still pirates, but we'll take this date instead. Hey, give me back my watch!
卑怯者か？好きに言え。こちとら海賊だ。卑怯卑劣が当たり前なんだよ。
So this is our new treasure now. You.
そっか。ここまで来て話し合いはなし。やっぱり海賊っていうプライドは貫き通すんだね。当たり前だろ。私はシャモーニ一家の大黒柱、リリ・ルカルサ・シャモーニ様だぞ。そっか。じゃあこの船爆破しちゃうね。
Okay, so if you're still gonna be the pirate, then I'm going to do my job and defeat the pirates. So I'm gonna flood this spaceship with the remaining water inside the Vork's machine.
はい。
Uh-oh.
今なんと。
Kumiko?
私が普通に何の考えもなしに乗り込んできたと思う？エンジンルームとか配電室とかヤバそうなところに爆弾を仕掛けてきたに決まってるじゃん。
So as a safety precaution, I have put together a plan B. In saying this, Kumiko takes a ballpoint pen out of her breast pocket.
これが起爆スイッチ。カチッと押せばみんな爆発だよ。
So this is how I get even with you.
気は確かですか？
Hey, Kumiko, that's absurd.
ケイ君、あれって町内会の福引きの残念賞でもらったただのボールペン。
Well, I think Kumiko rigged it to be a detonator switch. I hastily cover Shino's mouth and make eye contact with Kumiko. Well, yes, so it's just a regular ballpoint pen, and that's exactly why it's absurd. Okay, so it's more like Keiji doesn't want Shino to spill the secrets to Lily and Yunie.
さあさあ、どうする？カチッといく？こっちとら気が短い江戸っ子だよ。エンジン壊されたらさすがにずっと帰れないんじゃないの？あんた、海賊よりあくどいね。
Well, I can't believe you're this smart. You can come up with some backup plan.
さすがクレイジー宇宙円盤焼き女。なんと卑劣で恐ろしいことを。
さ、どうする？降参しなさい。
So will you give up your pirate attitude?
誰が？
No.
この時計はお返しします。どうぞ。
Okay, so here you go. Here's your watch.
即決かよ。
ミニョンを破壊されるぐらいならデータなんぞ不要です。さあリリ様、早く返して。
相棒はこう言ってるけど、大将はどうなのさ。ったく、原住民だと思って舐めてたぜ。私も焼きが回ったもんだ。だがこちとら腐っても海賊だ。脅されて即はいそうですかなんて。
海賊のプライドとかいいですから返す。
いやおめ、海賊がプライドをなくしちゃおしまい。
お小遣い減らしますよ。ほら、返さないと3時のおやつがなくなりますよ。返しなさい。はい、お小遣いに続いて3時のもなくなった。次は食後のデザートが。わかったから返すから。ほら返した。
Okay, here you go.
よくできました。
あ、ようやく折れたね。あの金属娘も今すぐ解放してやる。だからもう帰ってくれ。
Okay, so all of you leave then.
オッケー。じゃあアルネンを誘 誘拐したことはこれで見逃してあげる。
たく、原住民に返り討ちに遭うとか、海賊としては墓に持ち込むレベルの恥だよな。
じゃあ他のはどうしよっか。
は？
何とぼけてんの？花火大会のこと、ドリンクに変な薬を混ぜてみんなを猫にしたこと、刑事とシノさんを誘拐したこと。
So what about your other crimes?
おいおい、さっき許すって言ったよな。
Wait, so I thought we're all cleared of all that.
言ったよ。アルネンの誘拐についてだけはね。
Well, I think at this point, Kumiko just really wants to find a reason to activate the detonator switch.
あんた、なかなかどうして海賊に向いてんじゃねえか。
ありがとう。就職先に困ったら考えるね。それで船長さん、
全部私が責任を取る。ただし他の奴らは見逃してくれ。つうか手を出したらただじゃおかねえからな。
Okay, so for once and for all, just please let me off the hook for all the crimes that I did. Okay, so notice that this video is getting quite long, so I'm going to go and stop here for this episode, and hopefully in the next episode we get off the spaceship. So it's interesting that the story has taken on a different turn. So the reason why Lily stopped cutting up Arne and selling her for money is because the transformation that Arne is in reminds Lily of her sister Lala, and Lily misses her sister greatly, especially given that Lala disappeared from the Shamony clan. And it's quite understandable that Lala does not want to continue pursuing to be a pirate, because being a pirate is dangerous, risky, not to mention it's criminal. And for some reason, Frowing had to name the older sister Lala, because it kind of reminds me of the Lala from To Love Ru. So that Lala is also a beautiful girl. Well, she doesn't have cat ears, but she has a tail. And like the Lala here, she also has a really nice body, nice bust, to the point where almost all the boys in the school, they fawn over Lala. And in the first season, or the very beginning of the story, Lala kept going after Rito, and it makes everyone jealous. So, anyways, with that in mind, we'll see how the story goes in the next episode.